Alrighty, this is my video on the key terms for the chapter 7. First key term would be preschool, and it defines it as for relative to this discussion, a crucial time when a child develops learning skills. And the problem is that children in poverty usually preschool is private, so children in poverty don't have the resources to pay for preschool, so they already start further behind the starting line. Next is well-funded schools, and they receive more resources and grants for teaching materials. Because of this, students do better on tests. And so, again, the problem with this is that students in poverty go to less funded schools, so they are, again, behind the starting line when it comes to comparing them to students who are not in impoverished schools. And adequately resourced schools. Many schools don't have the resources as those in places with less poverty. So this is basically what the other one said. We need to figure out how to distribute resources in an equitable way instead of giving more resources to the schools who don't necessarily need those resources. Shadow education. This is a big one because it's a non-school sanctioned program designed to support current schooling, and that would be like tutoring or any like out-of-school thing that helps students learn. And these are most of the time private. So students in poverty many times cannot pay to have this shadow education, and students who are not in poverty can. So this, I guess if you're thinking of it like a race, it gives them a boost. It gives students not in poverty like a boost. School support services provided by people such as counselors and nurses. Schools in poverty don't have as much, and sometimes they don't have as good school support services. Affirming school environments where students are not marginalized. Students in poverty are usually, they are generally more marginalized by basically their whole school environment, whether it be people bias or whether it be stereotypes. And we need to figure out how to make schools less biased and equitable. High academic expectations. Teachers have been shown to have lower expectations for students in poverty, but the same expectations as compared to students not in poverty when it comes to standardized tests like the ACT and the SAT. So they're shown to have lower expectations when it comes to like schoolwork, but higher expectations on tests like I said, the ACT, AP test, SAT, the ones that matter. And this is a problem because how are they supposed to have the same expectations or different expectations on those different things? We need to train teachers to keep their expectations the same. And next is well-paid and certified experienced teachers. And a lot of the best teachers will go to higher income schools, so they get paid more. And the teachers that aren't as good will go to lower income schools because that's what jobs available. So these teachers that aren't necessarily as qualified will be teaching the impoverished kids, again, putting them behind the starting line. Student-centered, higher-order curricula and pedagogies. Poor schools generally have lower thinking curriculum. I wouldn't say generally, but they have more lower thinking curriculum. And we need to introduce things to raise their curriculum to the same levels as other schools. This also falls in with the expectations. Opportunities for family involvement. Students in poverty's parents are not as able to help or be involved as much in their students' lives because they're working and stuff like that. So we need to find programs in place to fill this gap, like maybe say like a shuttle service to take kids to after school events. Instructional technologies. Teachers will use technology differently depending on demographics. So we need to figure out how teachers should be able to use their technology to help everyone instead of just using it to help or using it in different ways for impoverished students, but to use technology in a way that it can help them instead of undermine them.